I will give you the 7 hottest side hustle ideas for 2022. These are actually evergreen side hustles that you can start right now and you'll be able to run them for the next 5, 10, 20, 50 years. And for most of these side hustles, I know people making multiple 6 figures, 7 figures a year, so this is the real thing. More importantly, these are not your typical side hustles you see and hear in every video. I will give you the side hustle, I will give you the difficulty, I will give you the skill level needed, and the opportunity for each one of these side hustles. The difficulty refers to how difficult it is to get started. The skill level refers to where you need your skill to be to make large sums of money. And opportunity refers to whether it's a long-term industry that you can continue to grow and grow and grow in, or is this going to be an opportunity you need to start with and then you might need to shift onto something else. Number 1, TikTok and Instagram Reels Manager. Difficulty, low. Skill needed, medium. Opportunity, medium. And really this is a job you can do at any time because there are different ways and formats you can start doing this. The skills you need really are video editing, and you need persistence, and you need an understanding of the industry the person is in. Because a lot of times you can take long-form content like this, chop it up in smaller clips, and show the other person, hey, I chopped up these clips. Would you like me to post them on Instagram or, TikTok? You can go to a lot of these agency owners or people who are being featured on podcasts and tell them, hey, look, I'm going to take your podcast clips and I'm going to chop them up so you can post them on social media, or even I will be able to post them on social media. And you can easily charge 2, 3, 4, 5K a month with this service. The key is being specific enough to go after the right people who are already in the business industry, they are already making cash, and you can offer the service and they'll be more than happy to pay, because quite often if they get a client from one of these videos a month, and if they pay you 2, 3K a month, they might be able to make that 2K back. And if they have a monthly recurring service like I do, then each client you get is not just worth 2K, it might be worth 10, 20, 30, 100K. And these platforms are very hot. People are looking for video editors and managers in this area, so you need to start now. Number 2, a ghostwriter. The difficulty to start is high, the skill needed is high, but the opportunity is also high. Everyone needs writers. Me, myself, I do too. A ghostwriter is basically someone who takes a personality and writes for them. I have a great friend of mine, Wrongs to Write. He runs a lot of the biggest Twitter accounts, and he makes a large chunk of money. I don't want to say this in the video, so Dakota, if you're watching this, you can comment it down below. But writing for other people and writing in general is an amazing skill to have, because this, me talking to you, this is writing. Everything I'm saying, that's basically writing in a verbal form. If you can write well, you are going to make money, because from ghostwriting you can go to copywriting, you can write sales pages, emails, you can sell stuff online, and if you're able to do that, and if you're a great writer, you can easily make 7, if not even 8 figures with that skill. Ghostwriting specifically, you can take a personal brand and write content for them. People online need this. They want to get the benefits of, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, but they don't want to actually do the work, and it can take long hours to write content for your personal brand. Number 3, a recruiter. The difficulty to start is medium, the skill level needed is medium, and the opportunity is high. The reason why I say this is because a recruitment business is something that's relatively easy to scale, and all you really need is a pool of people who are looking for a job and a pool of people who are searching for people to hire. And this is not that difficult. Every business out there needs talent. What you really want to do is you want to pick very specific industry. Let's say this is agency owners, or let's say this is video agencies, and ask what positions they're looking to hire for. Then you can go on LinkedIn, you can maybe scrape lists of employees and send them emails, send them job offers, send them the job description, send them the expected pay a month, so on and so forth. So you can build a relatively automated business. And if there are people who are interested, you can do quick 15-minute interviews with them to see if they would be the right fit. And then you send them off to the business talks with them. If they end up hiring the person, you can make up to 50% commission of what they make their first year. So if you recruit someone for a salary that's, let's say, 100K a year, you can make 10K for that one recruit. And this is going to be paid out over a year, so it's basically you kind of getting passive income, if you really want to call that. And yeah, this is a skill that's very great to have. You can scale up to multi-6 figures a month. The only tricky thing might be getting lists of employees, understanding a niche you're going to be in, and the companies you are going to serve and recruit for. Number 4, a sales rep. The difficulty to start is high, the skill level needed is medium, and the opportunity is high too. Being a sales rep can be one of the best things you can do, because most business owners, me included, have done sales and have had experience with sales. The biggest challenge with sales is a lot of admin work and a lot of grunt work that takes a lot of time and effort. But for example, hopping on sales calls, closing people, that's the fun bit. The reason why I say it's difficult to start, especially in the beginning, is because you're going to have a lot of resources. You're going to see things that work for other people but don't work for you, and that's because of a lot of these small nuances that you haven't nailed yet. The psychological tricks, how to communicate with people, how to see whether they're interested or not, how persistent you should be. And all these little things, they're going to build up over time. They're going to improve your skill skill as a sales rep. Great sales reps have a guy who does sales for a bunch of big name course creators out there, and their sales reps make 10, 15, almost 20K a month. And that's just purely off commissions of, hopping on calls with people, closing them on different deals. That's going to be a very, very lucrative opportunity to start. It's very scalable. It gives you a very important skill in life you need to have, and all of a sudden you could have great connections. You could go from being a sales rep to sales consulting and even build your sales agency. Number 5, CRO optimizer. The difficulty to start is low, the skill needed I'd say is low, and the opportunity is high. The reason why I say those things is because CRO experts, they focus on conversion rate optimization. Meaning, imagine, let's say you have a website selling a specific software. What you would do is you would run different tests and see whether these tests improve the site's conversion rate or decrease it. And you have different tools, test statistical significance, so on and so forth. The reason why I say it's easy to start is because this is a service that is being underserved, in my opinion. You have a lot of verticals, a lot of industries that are in dire need of CRO and that might not even know it yet. Most software companies have specific CRO teams for every single segment of their site. For example, Facebook, they had just a login department who would make sure more people use their platform by making the logins more optimized. And you do these micro improvements which might be changing the letters on, let's say, a specific section. This might be changing the color, the layout. You do these things bit by bit, and then you can build massive revenue uplifts for companies. So this is a massive opportunity. The businesses you work with, they gain massive benefits from this. So this is something you should definitely try out. If you work with a company that makes 100K a year, you improve their conversion rate from 2% to 3%, all of a sudden they're converting 30% more customers, which is massive for them. And they might go from making 100K a month to 130K a month, which is mind-blowing. And obviously, as a business owner, if someone made you 30K extra a month, you'd be willing to pay a pretty penny for that. Number 6 is a copywriter. Now, this is very similar to the ghostwriter one, but copywriting is more referring to writing sales pages and writing stuff online that sells. The difficulty to entry is high, skill needed is high, and the opportunity is high. Copywriting, in my eyes, is basically like learning sales, just in a written format. If you're more introverted, if you don't want to go out there and talk to people as much, being a great copywriter might be your best bet. This is for people who really like to dive into the consumer psychology, understand how people think, why they buy things online. Because if you learn copywriting, you'll be able to sell anything online. You can bang out this landing page, you can bang out the sales page, and maybe 3 years down the line, you might have a new product you're working on, and you can write copy for it, and that could be better copy than anyone else could write. All of a sudden, you're a very valuable person on the marketplace. A lot of copywriters who are really good charge commission on their copy, meaning if I write a website for your product and your product sells $1 million, I might get 3% of that. And if it sells $1 million the next year, I might get 3% of that again. So you can get very, very wealthy with copywriting. It does take time though, and it's very difficult to be good at it. Number 7, a graphic designer. The difficulty is high, the skill level needed is high, and I will tell you this, I believe the opportunity is low. However, I think this is a great way for people to start, because graphic design can lead you into user interface, user experience design, different little avenues to go down on. You can go into social media, so on and so forth. The reason why I say the opportunity is low is because there's a lot of graphic designers out there, and a lot of them charge very little for their work. And generally speaking, graphic design is being undervalued. It's not going to be something like sales where you're directly responsible for the revenue generated. So the revenue you generate, you get paid for. During a recession, during a crisis for a business, those positions are let go last. Positions like graphic designers or, for example, social media managers, where you don't see a direct ROI right off the bat, are typically let go first. That's why I put this as an opportunity on the lowest tier. But it's more of a question, are you looking to build a new skill or, hone in on your existing one? If you have graphic design as an existing skill, double down on it and make it even better. You can make a lot of money, for example, designing websites for Shopify stores, designing websites for SaaS companies, and you can pair up your graphic design skills with Webflow. Myself included, I used to be a graphic designer. This is a great skill that I still use to this day. When we started our email marketing agency, I was the one creating the graphic designs. I was the one creating the templates, and without that skill, we would need to hire a designer, and we wouldn't know the principles that would make a design great or terrible. So look, every skill you build is important. These, I would say, are 7 of my most favorite skills to learn. To number 1, start a side hustle, and then number 2, turn that into your main hustle. Because if you do start a side hustle, the biggest thing to focus on is the opportunity. Can you turn this from a side thing to a main thing? Can you use this to replace your main job? Can you use this to grow as a person? And can you use this to add skill to your character? So if you like this video, please share this with a friend. That's all I'm asking for, just a share. Send this to someone who's looking for side hustle. Send this to someone who is ambitious, because they will definitely appreciate it. And especially the side hustles at the start of the video are very important. They're not really talked about. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next videos. Rainus out.